Hi, I'm Sarah from Portland Nursery, and I'm going to talk to you about uppotting your houseplants. So I have one here that I've had for about 9 months in this little tiny pot, and it is ready to come out. Some signs that it's ready to come out of the pot and get a bigger pot are yellowing leaves, which it had, and they fell off, and roots growing out the bottom, which it also has, or if a plant feels tight in the pot. Or if you're noticing that it's taking a lot more water than normal. Those can all be signs that it needs to be up-potted. And when you're choosing a pot to move it into, you don't want to go too big. Essentially, the roots can drown in the pot if there's too much soil. So you don't want to go more than 2 inches bigger than the pot that it's already in. So what I do is I water the plants before I pull them out so that the roots can be a little more pliable, which I have already watered this plant. So to pull it out, what I do is I kind of grab it at the base, flip it over, and I kind of just squeeze and wiggle a little bit to loosen it up, and then it should come out fairly easily. So for this plant, it's luckily not very root bound. Some plants, the roots will get in a tight circle, the shape of the pot, and you may have to cut them in order to get them to get loosened out of that shape. For this one, luckily it's not like that. So what I try to do is I just kind of try to shake off some of the soil, just so we can get some fresh soil in there, but I'm not trying to damage the roots. I'm being gentle. This is wet soil, which helps as well. You can kind of see the roots getting loosened up. That way I can get some fresh soil in there for it. That's what's coming off naturally, so I'm happy with that for the old soil. So then I'm going to grab this pot and put a little scoop of soil in there. So I am choosing the black gold all-purpose soil. As you can see, it's got a little bit of pumice and texture in there, which helps with drainage. And it also has fertilizer in there, so I don't need to add fertilizer right now. In general, this Osmocote is a great indoor-outdoor fertilizer, general purpose, slow release. It's a favorite of mine. So I've got some soil in the bottom, so then I'm going to put the plant in. And I don't have enough yet because the plant is just a little too low. So I'm going to put in a little more, raise it up. And this particular plant, it doesn't need to dry out quite as much as like maybe a cactus or a snake plant or something like that. So for something that likes better drainage and to dry out more, I would probably use this cactus mix, which is more coarse, allowing the water to run through quicker. Put a little bit more soil in. And so then what I'm doing is I'm kind of just like making a hole. So I'm getting it kind of up around the sides. That helps me a little bit later on. Put the plant in to the height that you want it to be. And I'm going to grab a little more soil. And I just kind of tuck it under there. Push it down, make sure it's, you don't want it to be completely squished in there, but you want it to be somewhat compacted so that it doesn't compact once you water it and then you have to go in and add more soil again. It's kind of messy. That's why I've got this box. Get it in there. All right, I'm happy with that amount of soil. So I'm actually going to, after this is all done, sometimes I just take like a wet towel and wipe it off. Got it pretty dirty this time. I chose a pot that has a hole in it, which is very important for drainage. So there's a hole in the bottom, so I got a saucer as well. And once you're done potting it up, you want to water it. Might take a little bit of extra water since the plant soil is so dry. All right, and that is that. It will be a lot happier in that bigger pot and start looking a lot better soon.